rankings in clinical psychology, US News top 10 in the United States. Now I've put, because of psychology, I've also put the top 10 and the bottom 10 here. Here's the top 10 right here. Okay. So UCLA, University of North Carolina, Chapel Hill, Stony Brook University, SUNY, that's State University of New York, University of California, Berkeley, and so on. Okay. So you can see the top 10. These are the bottom 10. Ponce School of Medicine in Puerto Rico is the lowest ranked. Okay. Then the next lowest, and so on. And you can see these. Most of these programs are PsyD programs. Many of them are in for-profit universities like Alliant International University, or places that were for-profit and then became nonprofit, but are basically a freestanding for-profit operating as a nonprofit. That's a pretty common kind of thing at the lower ranks. A lot of times they don't have very good reputations, partly because the people who are rating them are academics and they don't view these very highly, but partly because they are much more willing to accept, because lower level people, they'll accept much lower than the GPAs I'll present to you in many cases to get in here. And so a lot of people who really probably are not academically sound enough will often go to these programs. Now, that doesn't mean everybody at the programs aren't academically sound. Some people may be great, but they're much more likely to accept people from a wider range than you would typically expect. I will tell you that, having looked at the entire rankings of the US News and World Report, I can tell you that anything in the top 180 are really good. You could, if you found a program that fit the training you wanted, any of those. I'll also tell you that of the hundreds of students I've worked with, the dozens of interns and postdocs, and dozens of psychologists that I've hired over the years, I can tell you the single worst that I've ever hired, the least talented, went to a school in this top 10 over here. That's right. And I can tell you the single best that I have ever worked with of psychologists was at a school ranked, I believe it's 80th. Okay. So what does that tell you? Well, talented people come from a pretty wide variety. And anything in the top 180, you probably are going to have to meet the criteria or close to the criteria that I will present for you for when you apply. So keep that in mind. You've got a wide variety. Don't get lost too much.